Now that Amber is out of SM and has a lot more creative freedom away from the gigantic company, I can't wait to see what she does for- Oh my, Amber, oh my goodness, oh, what the kids, go to bed. Watch some older FX videos. This is no longer your Ajuma's favorite K-pop star Amber. This is Amber after dark. You take her to church, Eric. You know who they'll probably see at church though? Everyone involved in this voting manipulation case. Praying that there's still a career waiting for them on the other side of this disaster. But it's not like they were worried about the careers of the kids they screwed over, were they? If you've had trouble following everything that's been happening, I'll try to break it down and then talk about what could possibly happen because of it. So there were already rumors and industry talk leading up to it. It looked even worse when the PD under CJ was reportedly destroying evidence and receiving favors from another entertainment agency. After that, police requested a warrant and 2 producers were eventually arrested under suspicion of fraud and breach of trust by taking bribery. Apparently he was taking bribes by being entertained. Well, you can read it there. Under custody, An Jun-young admitted to manipulating results for the 2 most recent seasons, but denied the first 2 seasons, so just Produce 48 and Produce X101. How they manipulated things are still being investigated, but one example might be that they already determined the exact ranking for the top 20 before public voting even started. They also told some trainees the songs ahead of time, manipulated editing, which everyone was already onto anyway. Now, this controversy obviously and unfortunately trickled its way down to both X1 and IZONE, who were about to make a comeback. That comeback was delayed, postponed, the comeback showcase was cancelled. Their appearances in variety shows are either not being aired at all or they're gonna edit them out. People are saying they could disband. Some people apparently want them to disband, but not because of what you think. They want them to disband rather than, quote, be cursed for 5 years because they feel bad for IZ*ONE and X1 being dragged into this whole mess. But that brings up another interesting thing. IZ*ONE are locked into their contract. They signed it 6 months into their debut, but X1 on the other hand have not. Their companies were still negotiating when this was all going down, and luckily, some haven't signed a contract yet. So that begs the difficult question, do you want them to stay together and ride through this hardship together, or get away from CJ and try to keep their names as far away as possible? But they would have to be separate at that point. But then again, will that solve anything? It's looking like a lose-lose situation at the moment. I have no idea what happens moving forward with IZ*ONE now. I feel like they'll just wait it out because they're getting a lot of backlash for whatever reason. It's not like they manipulated the results. And I feel like the backlash is coming from a place of people assuming they knew exactly what was going on. I don't know. What do you guys think? How do you move forward with IZ*ONE? Do you just wait for it to blow over and continue leaning on the support of their fan base? What about X1? Do you want them to stay together? Obviously, but then again, they have to sign those contracts, right? Is there another way around it? We've seen what happens when artists are tied to contracts for far longer than companies have interest in them. It's a waste. Look at CL. Leader of 21, one of the girl groups who was truly revolutionary to the groups we have now. She's multi-talented, singing, rapping. She's the first Korean female solo artist on the Billboard Hot 100. Not just music, but fashion as well. My first K-pop crush. But for real though, for the last few years, where has she been? How was YG furthering her career? She seemingly expressed frustrations many times until finally a couple days ago when we heard reports of her not renewing her contract and leaving YG. And even though YG Entertainment quickly came out to say they were still discussing it, I think we all guessed those discussions were probably very short. And then today, YG Entertainment officially put out a statement saying they came to an agreement and she no longer has an exclusive contract with them. I don't know what her next move could be. She's a free agent now. A lot of P-Nation speculation, which would be great. I don't know if they want to be known as the company who picks up artists as soon as they leave other companies, but how could you pass up on CL? Come to KJC. Or maybe she doesn't even want to be tied to a company and wants more creative freedom away from a gigantic company. And just like Amber, I just can't wait to see what she does for— Wait a minute. This situation is too familiar. Oh my